KP's Kingdom, cooking with KP, and today a really easy dish, midday, midweek, you can do this one. It's my creamy meatball pasta bake. Right, really simple and easy to do. Look, let's just get on with it. Alright, here I've got 500 grams worth of beef sausage mince. Now you can get that from your local butcher, and you can actually buy that now in your local supermarket. It doesn't look appealing in the packaging. It looks a little bit like dog food, but look, it's just the way it's wrapped up. Okay, so all we just want is sausage mint, and all I'm going to do, I'm just going to use a couple of spoons, and I'm just going to spoon out little blobs of the sausage meat. No need to turn them into perfect little meatballs. These little edges that tend to form on these will grab the sauce quite nicely in our pasta bake. Alright, so I'm putting those onto a tray in the oven, 180 degrees, about 12 minutes or so. Alright, I've got some water coming up to the boil here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to add in about a cup to a cup and a half's worth of frozen vegetables. Right, just any old vegetables that you like. Right, if you've got a particular brand that you like or particular mix that you like, use it. And all we're going to do is put those straight into that boiling water, which we've salted, of course, and I'm going to return that to the boil and leave them for maybe 90 seconds or so. We're just going to defrost and give them a quick little blanch. Alright, so that's not going to take very long at all. Alright, there we go. They've come back up to the boil for about 90 seconds. I'm going to strain those off. Now I'm going to make up our creamy sauce. I'm going to add in about 45 grams worth of butter. Put that into a saucepan. Right, we're just going to let that melt down just like that, and I'm going to add in a quarter cup's worth of flour. Self-raising or plain, it doesn't matter. I'm going to stir that through and make a roux. Right, and we're going to cook that flour off, just for about a minute or so, just to get rid of that floury taste in this. So we're just going to give that all a good stir just like that. Okay, and all we have to do now is start drizzling our milk in, just a little bit at a time. And as you can see, the milk is getting absorbed by that flour and butter mixture. So we're just going to keep working it through just like that. This is probably the most time consuming part about making this dish. Making a bechamel sauce like this or a cheese sauce like this, it is the most time consuming part. But if you want to use a packet sauce, you're going to need a lot of packets, believe me. But mastering this, I used to be able to do it with a spoon alone, but as you can see on the left hand side there, I've got a whisk because I'm bound to get lumps in it, just the way my MS doesn't help me cooperate between my brain and my hands. So let it sort of thicken up, and then add a bit more milk, and we'll get to a point where we will go to the whisk. We're going to add in some little bit of dried parsley there. Right, that's going to go in. A good little dash of ground nutmeg that goes in. Perfect flavorings. Good bit of freshly ground black pepper, of course. Freshly ground is best. Okay, and little dash of salt. Okay, that just goes in, and we're just going to keep whisking that through. Now we've used in total with that with the milk, I've used 3 cups of just a normal milk. I'm going to bring that up to the heat. As you can see, things are starting to steam away, and I'm going to start adding in my cheese, and I'm adding in about 3/4 of a cup of a cheese blend and 3/4 of a cup's worth of freshly ground pecorino cheese. You can use Parmesan if you don't like the pecorino, not an issue. Alright, so we're going to add that in just a little bit at a time, just like that, and you'll start to smell the cheese coming through your nose vents in any minute. The cheese really starts to give you a beautiful flavour. Alright, so just keep adding the cheese a little bit at a time, keep whisking that through, and once that cheese is melted, we're pretty much ready to go. Right, here's our little meatballs. They've had their sort of 10 to 15 minutes of fame in the oven. Alright, we're just going to put that straight into a baking dish, just like that. Okay, really nice and simple. And Mrs. KP has already cooked up some pasta for us. She's cooked up around about 200 grams worth of a nice large spiral pasta, and we've added in our vegetables. In goes our pasta over the top. If you don't know how to cook the pasta, turn the packet over. There's instructions from the back. Water, salt, pasta, heat. It doesn't take very long at all. Right, so we're going to put all of that in just like that. We're going to give that a really quick rough mix around. Right, a little bit of a stir, mixy mix, and very, very easy to do this particular dish. And it's, as I said, it's perfect for a weeknight. It doesn't take very long at all to make. Right, we're going to pour our sauce straight over the top, just like that. As you can see, how thick does that look? Right, not too thick, but it's going to be really nice and thick by the time we serve this one up. Right, make sure we get all that sauce into that little baking dish, right, just like that. And I would suggest that once you've done that, get some water into that pot and help the dishwasher out a little bit. All right, I've given that a little bit more of a stir just to get the sauce mixed in with the pasta, vegetables and meatballs. And we've only got a couple of little things left to do for this. Now my oven is already, or still is, sitting at 180 degrees Celsius. Right, there's no point turning it off because we've just cooked the meatballs there in there. We're going to be putting this into the oven in a little bit just to finish it right off. A little bit more cheese over the top. Again, cheese of your choice. I like to use a pizza blend or Mexican blend of cheese. Right, just put all of that over the top like that, and it's going to give us a really nice crunchy top. Oh yes, and I'm not even finished with that yet. I've got some fresh breadcrumbs left over from another recipe that we did, and I'm just going to put that fresh breadcrumb straight over the top. You could use panko, you could just use pre-bought normal breadcrumb. It's up to you. Alright, so give that all a good sprinkle, just like that. Right, no rocket science to this particular dish at all. Right, that's going off into the oven. I'm going to leave that for about 20 minutes or so, or until it starts to look a little bit like that. And before you know it, you've made this amazing creamy meatball pasta bake. Perfect for winter, perfect for a weeknight. Even better, do it on a Sunday night and you'll have lunch or a couple of nights meals out of that. Love to see you try and make this one at home. It is really easy to do. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, hit that like button. It gives me confidence, should make you feel warm and fuzzy too. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. You'll be notified every time a new video goes up. And share this video with all your friends on all platforms of social media. Please leave a comment. Love reading, love responding to them. In the meantime, I'm going to learn how to make a pretty easy budget dish just like this one, where you need to come and join the family, my family. Hit that subscribe button and you'll never miss another one of my videos again. After I eat my creamy meatball pasta bake, and I will catch you next time. Bye.